So good morning everybody, welcome to Horton in Ribblesdale. Today I am starting the Yorkshire 3-peat challenge. Well, I've picked the day for it, haven't I? A heat wave, 27 degrees. Oh, that's going to be hot. It's now I think about 3:30 in the morning. I'm getting up early at first light this morning, getting it done, getting it out the way with while it's going to be cool. But yeah, 27 degree weather. Didn't plan this very well, did I? Oh well, can't predict the weather, I guess. So today will take me from Horton Ribblesdale up to Pennygent. We then follow, then obviously join the Pennine Way for a section there. Head down and follow then towards Ribblehead Viaduct, up to Whernside, down into Chapel Dale, up Ingleborough, and then down back here into Horton Ribblesdale. Looking at about 24 miles. The challenge is under 12 hours, so clock hasn't started yet, but obviously I will show you in a second. The clock started and we've got to try and do it in under 12 hours. I am not starting at the Pennygent Cafe. I'm at the Old Lion Inn, just behind me. My campsite's about a mile away from here, so today is my start and finish point on this corner, obviously with the sign here in the background. So let's see how I get on, shall we? Nice view of that Pennygent at the background. Got to climb that now. Yeah, so today it's a bit of a special day for myself. So on the 20th of June, at the moment, every year, I try to plan a hike. Next year, I don't think I've got one planned for next year yet, but I think it's on the weekend this next time, so I should be getting away with it. But there's a reason why. So today would have been my mum's birthday. She passed away just over 2 years ago to stage 4 lung cancer. The treatment that was offered was how long it prolonged for her was amazing. It gave me so many more years, but she was taken far too early at the age of 51. So with that being said, that's why I walk these walks around this time, especially as well in November. That was the 20th of November was when she passed. So I'll try and do one around there as well. But Macmillan was a big part of the support she got. So next week I'm doing a charity walk again, back in the Yorkshire Dales, just over the hills at Malham. I'm doing a 26-mile walk for charity because I'm doing it for her. But today is also for her. I've got a special top on. If you haven't seen it before, you definitely will today. It's got her name on the back of this Huddersfield shirt. Favourite colours pink and purple, so fitting shirt to be fair. But even though it's going to be hard today, there's a goal in mind, and it's not just to complete the challenge. It's not just to have a good time. It's to do it for her, because the pain she went through, it's not nice. But if anybody is in that situation where they have got relatives, family who are in that situation with cancer, you're not alone. You are not alone. There's so much support out there, treatment, experimental, the lot, and you've got to take it when it comes. And it gave her a good few years. We travelled to Scotland, she'd never visited. Been to Wembley, she'd never visited. Little things like that. Do things you've not done. And this, even though it's going to be hard, it's for her. And like you say, look at this. Breeze is picking up. The weather's getting nice. Even though it's going to be hot, I push through and do it for her. So there is a reason why I've done this challenge, and there's a reason why I picked this date. So let's get to the top of Pennygent, shall we? we made it to the top of Pennygent. What a view! Absolutely stunning. Absolutely beautiful. That's one of the peaks done, 2 more to go. Nice and sharp climb that. Short but sharp. Obviously I'm doing this again in 3 weeks. Doing a couple of sections on the Pennine Way, and obviously this is one of them, so twice in this year for Pennygent. And obviously behind me there, that's Franklin's Fell. Ribblesdale's just down there. Should just be able to make out, if you can't see, just on the top there. That should be Ingleborough. I can't definitively say where Whernside is. It's one of the 2 I'm looking at, but not too far. This is nice. Sun's just come up. It's 4:30, nearly 5 o'clock in the morning. Always good under the lovely breeze. Absolutely great. This. If it stays like this with the hot weather, I'll be absolutely sorted. As long as I get a nice cool breeze, you can't complain. But time to get down. Let's get towards Ribblehead, shall we? So we've rejoined the Pennine Way. So back down that way is Horton Ribblesdale, and the Yorkshire Three Peaks path takes you from there. So if you come down Pennygent, you turn left for Horton Ribblesdale for the Pennine Way down. This then brings you back up, so I've just cut across basically, as per the pathing. Sun's now obviously up, it's starting to get a bit warmer now. I've not managed to work out which one's Whernside, and it's, as you can see, just that big one there. And then Ingleborough is just above that hill. So I can see now where the rest of my walk is, but yeah, so far so good. The last little bit off the Pennine Way there has actually been quite nice. Now this bit's a bit familiar, but the last time I did this, it was pouring it down. So it'd be nice to do this when it's a bit drier. But no, so far, peaceful. Can't argue with it really so far. But it's very scenic, that's for sure. Onwards we go. So, welcome back. That was some nice path that. Getting up and over Pennygent obviously with the hard bit, and obviously coming down, following Dale's Ribble Way, Pennine Way, every other freaking path known to possible. Obviously behind me, as you can see, it's Pennygent, and the locomotive I've just seen on that train, named Pennygent, so that's fun. That was a nice little treat. But yeah, so far so good. I'm just now joining the main road now into Ribblehead. Shouldn't be too far from the viaduct. Whernside's looking monstrous. Sun cream's now on. I held off till here because I knew there was a couple of trees I could probably just get a bit of shelter from, get that applied on, then obviously continue for the rest of the day. But so far, yeah, it's been great. It's starting to get warm now, and when it gets warm you just get all clammy and it's awful. Obviously I've got a long sleeve top on to protect my arms and my neck, so it covers my neck, but yeah, it is warming up. But you take your wins, you take your losses, and so far weather's fine, so I'll take the sunny weather. If it's going to be hot, it's going to be hot, but if I get some cloud just to take the sun off me, that'll be fine. I'd rather if it be clammy, but then at least I've not got UV light just beaming on me, the big lamp that it is. But yeah, so far so peaceful really. I've only bumped into about 3 people. That's it. It's gone 7 o'clock now, and so we've been walking now, what, 4 hours nearly already. Got over 10 miles done already, which is brilliant. So if we can keep that up, with 15 to go. It's 26 miles I think today instead of 24. That's fine. Get the practice in for next week. But oh, it's amazing. Absolutely gorgeous. Weather, scenery, no phone signal. Oh, a tree, nice. Oh, out of that. But yeah, it's nice and peaceful. You're literally cut off from the rest of the world. It's peaceful, it's nice. It's what I'm here for. Let's continue for the viaducts, and then we'll make the slow climb towards Bleemore, and then obviously round and up onto the big one of Whernside. Let's go. Finally reached the top of Whernside. That was very, very hard to go in that. It's not so much steep, but it takes forever to get up. Getting from the bottom of Pennygent, having to traverse all the way to Ribblehead, to then go Ribblehead to Bleemore, then all the way up that was really, really difficult. But I've done the tallest one out of the three. Now I've just got to do Ingleborough. I don't think I'll end up doing it as a challenge. I think it was a good idea, but with the heat, I think just doing it as the Yorkshire 3 Peaks might be the best thing. If I do it in the 12 hours, great, but if not, oh well, I've enjoyed it. That's what I'm here to do, enjoy it. So I might redo it, probably if I don't get under 12 hours, I might redo it at some point, but I'll definitely do it just as a Yorkshire 3 Peaks. With the heat today, I'll just take it as a 3 Peak, Yorkshire 3 Peak day. But no, very nice to be up here right now. It's been very, very hard, and a nice sit down here before I go down into Chapel Dale. So onwards we go in a minute, I guess. It's a long time no see. I've just stopped off at the Philip campsite. They've got a barn with a vending machine for hot and cold drinks, snacks, drinking tap, map, toilets. Great, absolutely brilliant. On a hot day like this, that is so needed. Lunch wise, ham and cheese sandwich, somewhat simple. Prawn cocktail crisps and a lovely cold bottle of Coke. So I'm all fueled up now for the final ascent to Ingleborough. The good news is, since I've been indoors, the campsite, being there, the sun has now clouded a bit. So it's now a little bit cooler in areas, a bit more breezy. But obviously, that was so needed, that stop. Getting up Whernside were hard, getting down it was steep, but to get to the bottom and then have that as your kind of rest point, it was so heavily used, it was great. She's a dead lovely woman, Carol I think her name is, stocking up vending machines because it was just getting heavily used. Which is good to see, because obviously if it's getting well used, they must make an absolute fortune off it. Obviously it's £2.50 for a bottle of drink, that's great. I don't mind that if it's just in the middle of nowhere and it's cold on a day like this. So yeah, one final push now. So, as you can see behind me, that is Ingleborough. And that's going to be the toughest one of the three, I think, for today. Whernside is the tallest, but the longest in terms of getting up and down it. Ingleborough's short, climb-wise, but it's very, very, very steep. Once I've summited there, it is all downhill then to Horton Ribblesdale. I'm looked at the timing-wise, I don't think I'm going to make it under the 12 hours, which is, if it had been cooler all day, I think I'd have smashed it out a bit easier. The heat around Bleemore and Whernside, it was just so hot. There was no breeze, nothing. It was so awful. But once I got on top of Whernside, you were fine. And getting down here, fine. I made the ground up. Struggling a bit on the ascent now, but one last little push now. Get up this, and it's downhill from there, and I cannot wait to finish. Some of the people I've met today, oh, it's been great. Just interacting with people on walks. It's something I recommend to do, because people may have done this before, and it's nice then to get a bit of an idea of what to expect. And I did my own research for that farm. They only open the tuck shop, I think, on the weekends. But for everything else, but the vending machine and everything, you can access that Monday to Friday, which is great. But definitely recommend that Phil Lip campsite. It's literally just just before you reach the main road, and we're now in Chapel Eldale. Really weird name, Chapel Eldale. So we're now in that lovely little, very, very small little village. And then we're very quickly straight back on top of the Yorkshire moors. So let's get this done, shall we? And I've reached the top of Ingleborough. Wow, 3 peaks, and I've done it. Well, I haven't. I've got to still get down to Horton Ribblesdale, but I have climbed all 3 peaks today. And wow, hardest one, Whernside. This one was steep, yeah, and it is difficult. I'd say this is probably pushing probably both as bad as each other for Ingleborough and Whernside, either or. And then Pendigan, I found that easier, quite frankly, getting up and down. But now we are 4 miles or so from finishing. Let's get off the top here now and down into the lovely Horton Ribblesdale. Wow, it is hazy, so you're not going to see a lot from up here, but for what I can see, oh God, so worth it. So happy to be up here. I'm obviously at the trig point at the top. Great. Time to get down and let's finish this walk for the day in style. So, after a very, very grueling 5 miles from Ingleborough, I'm at Horton railway station, well, Horton in Ribblesdale railway station. The final push, and as you can see, railway, and the finish line is almost there. I'm looking at about 13 hours 40 minutes, so way over, but oh well, is what it is. I've enjoyed it, much as it's been hot and hard. Now to finish at the finish point, last downhill and then flat section to go. And as you can see behind me, I've finished. Stop the clock, that's another thing I need to do. Let's have a nosy. 13 hours and let's say 43 minutes. Yeah, a lot longer than I would like, but with the heat, I'll take it. It's now what, 3/4 of a mile to my campsite. When I get checked in, I say checked in, I'm already checked in, get my stuff off, get sorted, get into bed. It's been a hard day, but a very enjoyable one. Met some lovely people on today, and I'd hope to see more people like that again. But for now, I have completed the Yorkshire 3 Peaks. The challenge, not so much, but it will be reattempted, hopefully in a bit cooler weather. But for now, I will leave you here in Halton and Ribblesdale, and I'll see you in the next one.